Hello everyone. Today we will learn about tense. The word tense comes from the Latin word tempus meaning time. Tense is the form of verb which shows the time and the state of an action or event. Thus, with reference to time, we have three tenses: the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. The present tense referring to the present time, the past tense referring to the past time, and the future tense referring to the future time. Each tense has four forms: simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. Therefore, have 12 forms of tenses: simple present, present continuous, present perfect, present perfect continuous; simple past, past continuous, past perfect, past perfect continuous; simple future, future continuous, future perfect, future perfect continuous. We will read about simple present tense, simple past tense, and simple future tense. The topic that we're taking up today is simple present tense. Simple present tense. Simple present tense is used when we talk of habitual facts or actions that take place regularly and things that are generally true. For example, I go to school by bus. This sentence expresses regular action. I go to school by bus. Second one, a spider has 8 legs. This sentence expresses a fact. A spider has 8 legs. Third one, I get up at 8 a.m. on Sunday. This sentence expresses action done as a matter of habit or a action done repeatedly. I get up at 8 a.m. on Sunday. Fourth one, the sun rises in the east. This sentence expresses permanent truths. The sun rises in the east. Structure of simple present tense. For affirmative sentences in the simple present tense, we use the base form of the verb. And in the third person, we add s to the verb. For example, he plays football every Sunday. Plays is a base form of verb. And in the third person, we add s to the verb. For negative sentences, if the subject of a sentence is in the third person or in a singular noun, we use the auxiliary verb does not. With we, I, you, they, and a plural noun, the auxiliary verb do not is used. For example, I do not like to play football. I do not like to play football. For interrogative sentences, we put first do or does, then subject, then base verb, and then rest of the sentence. For example, does he play football on Sundays? After that, we put a question mark at the end of an interrogative sentence. Does he play football on Sundays? Is simple past tense. Simple past tense. We use the simple past tense for actions that took place at some time in the past and are over now. We also use it is to express some past habit. So the simple past tense in English is used to describe an action that got over at a definite time in the past. Let's see the example. First one, it rained yesterday. This sentence to show an action that was completed in the past. It rained yesterday. Second one, she was a banker. This sentence to describe a past state. She was a banker. Third one, she studied French for 2 years. This sentence to show a duration in the past. She studied French for 2 years. Fourth one, I went to Paris last year. This sentence to describe an action that was completed at a specific time in the past. I went to Paris last year. Structure of simple past tense. The simple past tense is formed with a past tense of the verb. Usually there is only one verb in the simple past tense. The negative is formed with did not. The interrogative is formed by placing did before the subject. So for affirmative sentences in the simple past tense, we have used the past form of the verb. For negative sentences, we have used did not. Interrogative sentences. For yes no questions, we have used did before the subject and then base form of verb. For WH question type, we have used WH question word before the auxiliary verb did. Let's see the example. I saw a film yesterday. In this sentence, we have used past form of verb. Second one, I did not see a film. In this sentence, we have used did not. And the main verb is used in its base form in negative sentence. Third one, did the cab arrive on time? For yes and no questions, we have used did before the subject and then base form of verb. Fourth one, for WH type question, we have used WH question word before the auxiliary verb did. When did the cab arrive? When did the cab arrive? Simple future tense. Simple future tense. We use the simple future tense of a verb to express an action that will take place in the time to come, in the future time. The tense is mostly used to give information about a future event. So the simple future tense in English is used to describe an action that will happen in the future. Immediate or on the spot decisions, intentions, promises, predictions without evidence. Let's see the example. I will help you do your homework if you give me some of your ice cream. In this sentence, to talk about actions that are not planned, the speaker decides to do the action at the time of speaking. Next one, it will rain heavily tomorrow. In this sentence, to predict a future event, it will rain heavily tomorrow. Third one, I will serve loyally and well when I am in the army. In this sentence, to talk about promise or commands for future event. I will serve loyally and well when I am in the army. We sometimes use shall with I and we. It is used to talk about offers, suggestions and action that has still to take place. See the example. We shall bring you the puzzle you wanted the other day. In this sentence, to talk about suggestion in the future time. Next one, we shall appear in the exams. In this sentence, express action that has still to take place in the future time. Structure of the simple future tense. The simple future tense is formed with will or shall with the base form of the verb. The negative is formed by placing not after will or shall. The interrogative is formed placing will or shall before the subject for yes no questions and WH question word before will for WH questions. Let's see the example. She will write a letter to the editor. For affirmative sentences in the simple future tense, we use the base form of the verb. She will write a letter to the editor. Second one, they will not go to the beach tomorrow. For negative sentences, we have used not after will or shall. They will not go to the beach tomorrow. Third one, for yes no questions, we have used will and shall before the subject. Will you meet me at the mall? Will you meet me at the mall? And for WH questions, we have used WH question word before will. What will you cook for dinner? What will you cook for dinner? Next, use of going to. We use going to with the base form of the verb to form the simple future. We write the appropriate be verb. Be verb means is, am or are with going to. We use be going to with verb to talk about actions that are planned, will definitely happen and to predict a future event based on a current situation. Example, Simi is going to live in Australia for the next 6 years. In this sentence, to talk about actions that are planned and will definitely happen. Simi is going to live in Australia for the next 6 years. Next, in negative sentences using be going to, we write not after the be verb. For example, you are not going to win the competition if you don't practice. You are not going to win the competition if you don't practice. Students, I just hope I make you understand, and this chapter is over. And in the next chapter, we will discuss about the continuous tenses.